Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What have you been up to?
I've been having a one-to-one with somebody that is at a bit of a crossroads and might be franchising or might feel like they could franchise. So I've just been having a conversation with them. Good old Susie recommended me because she found them somewhere.
Nice.
So yes, that's nice, exciting, exciting pivot for them, but a bit emotional at the same time because it's a bit of a scary. Do you even want that kind of hassle? Kind of.
Right.
But yeah, all good, all good. Are you okay?
I am really good, thank you. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Busy?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm building out my Go High level platform, so it's
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah, it's taking quite a lot.
Yeah. Rather you than me.
Yeah. No, it's the building bits, the fine, it's connecting it all together that I my brain just doesn't compute it. So
Yeah.
all the workflows are done, all the pages are done. I've coded the
Okay.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, all the funnels are done. I just need to connect them now, and it's a bit fiddly. Like the way that it works isn't how you would expect it to work.
No. I had a little behind the scenes for another client. She asked me to go on a call with somebody that was a go high level kind of, professional. And they were like, have you had a look behind the scenes sort of thing? And I was like, no, oh, I'll share my screen, I'll show you. You know, when somebody's techie and they get
Right.
it, they were buzzing about, and I was just like, "Ooh, that doesn't look like it flows to me. That all looks a little discombobulated." So I was just like,
Love that word.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, me out. I was like, no, I would just pay somebody to do that. That's not for
Yeah.
me. But
Well, I
yeah,
don't know if it's the same client, but I think if it is, she's asked me to maybe build it out for her. Yeah.
it very well could be. Mm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's not for me that. I'll stick to what I'm good at.
Is it all right if I just delete your note taker just so that when I put this on
Yeah.
YouTube, it's just you and me?
I don't know why that's on there. I keep getting emails about it. I've obviously clicked something because I've not done it intentionally.
Oh, I don't want to report it. Just want to get that. That's better. You and me.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you read the questions?
No. Did you send me some questions? I did watch Nicola's though. Is it the same format?
Yeah. So some of the questions are going to sound a little bit the same, but they're actually not. So,
Oh, right, okay. Uh,
well, I wanted it to be off the cuff anyway, so that's even better.
to be honest, if I even thought about the questions, I thought, shall I write them down what you were asking Nicola? I didn't even see that you'd attached anything. Um, but yeah, it'd probably be worse. Oh God, 10 questions. Yeah, it'd probably be worse if I had have read them because then I'd panic about the answers. Like, don't even know my own name.
That's where I thought she was like, oh yeah, I'm really like when you sent that message, you went, yeah, I'm really feeling it. And I was like, oh, she's been practicing a question.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Tell us about your business. I should be able to do that one. What made you say yes to the training? Um, I mean, sure, just be honest. You're like, why do you say yes to training? Because it was a no-brainer.
Well, yeah, but there must have been something prior to that that made you think that you wanted to take the training or felt that you may have, you didn't just
Yeah.
wake up one day and say, like, I'm going to take Penny's training.
No, but I knew from the minute you came, we had a chat, didn't we, before you came to do that talk at the networking,
Yeah.
and you enlightened me a little bit. Then I heard you at the networking, but from the minute you told me it was even a thing, and that's the genuine answer is yeah, I didn't even know that that was a gap in my business that needed filling. And then when I spoke to you, because I wouldn't have known your services, I think are like pretty unique because I think you feel like you've got to go to like some massive company that's and it's going to cost you a fortune, whereas you make it really like understandable, bite-sized, affordable, like all of those things. So when you then enlighten me to the fact that that's a thing that you could actually access in such an easy, understandable way, that's when I was like, I actually think I need this. Otherwise, I
Right.
wouldn't have known I needed it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the honest answer. So I won't just go because it's a no-brainer. But, well, it is a no-brainer, but because all of those things, I think that like my brain's obviously thinking you're going to utilize this video. You want me to say the right things as well. So I'm like, I'll get that in.
No, I want it to be natural. I want you to be honest.
Yeah.
My values are honesty and integrity. So I don't want you to be like,
Yeah.
it's not a sales pitch or anything like that.
No, no,
Like, I
no.
just want you to be really honest about, what you just said there was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, because that came naturally from you.
Yeah. Um, well, don't anything surprise you about the way I teach. Um, that's a yes and no. I think Nicola said the same thing about that. What feels different now? That's easy. Can you walk me through a specific moment where you realized something had shifted? Um, um, would that be the moment that I thought, oh, I think I can actually do this?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's that one then. What has AI actually changed from your day to day? Time, time. Has this changed how you see your business going forward? Yeah. Um, can keep growing it by myself, just me and my mate on the chat GPT. If someone is listening who feels behind with AI, what would you say to her? Um, go for it, get on with it, get it done. It's not as scary as you think. Like, I think it's the unknown, isn't it? It's the fear. Like, so just yeah, and enter into it. Because people need to be getting on the page now, don't they? Well, otherwise,
Yeah.
they're really going to get left behind. So yeah, so I think if somebody thought they were behind, so you're not behind. You just now's the time to just get on the train, sort of thing. Like get going with it because it's much easier and more manageable than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I was uneducated, and now I am a bot queen.
I love that.
Oh, oh God. I was trying to think because I just looked at the bots and I was trying to think which which bot did we create? And I couldn't remember because I've now got loads of them. Um,
What's your box called?
um, my bots I've got so I created a bot for somebody else, one of the people that I'm coaching.
Good.
I created it for her business because she employs people and we wanted to check, what were their values, were they aligned with the business values and what did they think? So I created one for her business, which was really good.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so I've got a Lux Power Hour. I've got a visibility audit, which is a godsend. The values questionnaire, which I built for somebody else, and then what was that one?
I
I've
think
got
it was the
one.
visibility one that we built.
Oh, was it? Yeah, that I use that one the most because that's usually that most people like it's the starting point for a lot of people's conversations. Um, and I've got one to help me with my Google feedback forms because I'm a massive believer in asking people for feedback. So I've created that so that if I'm helping somebody else, I can talk to my GPT about their business and what they're looking for the outcomes and what questions would it suggest and things because obviously then it's producing it ready for me to like download or copy and check it's got it right and that saves me hours of writing and laying it out. And I like to lay things out in a certain way.
Yeah.
So, and one of the people I did a power hour with, I did a visibility audit for them, and they were like, "Oh, in fact, it was on the feedback that they put like because they've got ADHD, they felt this is a bit unintentional, but maybe that's because you helped create it." They were like, "Oh, it's really ADHD friendly. Like the layout of it is so clear." Like it's step by step and it's not just a long email of information. So I was like, oh, I'm ADHD friendly.
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
Good. And I was thinking about that other client because she was saying to me, "Oh, I've had a call with Faye," and Faye was saying, "Oh, we should build this bot, we should build that bot." And so, but you are now giving extra value to your clients because you've had that training. You can
Yes,
see what can be done with it and how it can help them in the business. And
100%.
there's almost like we're creating like a little ecosystem without knowing it.
Yeah, it kind of adds a string to the bow because before I might have, well, I just wouldn't have mentioned it because if I don't feel knowledgeable, I just won't. Like, I'm not gonna give you half a thing. I only want to give you the best advice. So, and obviously I'm not I think what I love is the fact that I can be like advisory, like this could really help you. You need to go and speak to Penny. Like, I'm not then going to be like, oh, because I now know how to build my bots and what have you, I'm going to start like selling them. That's not that's not how I'm utilizing the tool.
Yeah.
It's strengthened my knowledge. It's made my business better, but now it means I can advise people better on how they can sort of utilize it in their business.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like you like got you on my shoulder when people are going about the free one. And what are you using the free one for? Because mine is very much like not in like a big-headed way, but it's very much like talking to myself. Like it'll tell me because that master prompt is so good and so strong, I think that it'll kind of be like, you could do that, but you're going off track sort of thing. Like, or it'll suddenly it did it yesterday. I was talking to it about something and it'd be like, actually, that's really in alignment with this, and this. And one of the thises was something that had been like I talked to it about weeks ago, but obviously it's like me, but with a good memory.
Yeah.
So it will be like, yeah, you could do that, but this way it actually keep you on track, or that actually really leans into those values you told me about and that kind of thing. So yeah, so it saves me hours a week really. I can get so much more done because I can sit here. One, I can talk to it, which I love. Um, but yeah, I talk to it and then when it collates it in a way that works for me. So I'm downloading things and sending them to people. It's not just giving me the ideas, it's formatting it in a way that actually looks and sounds like me and how I want to do it. So that's where it's game changing.
Yeah. And have you had any like moments where, because I had it this morning and I was like, oh, I can't believe that, where you're doing something and it's really repetitive and it's taking a load of time, and then you think, why didn't I just create a bot to do that?
Yeah. And sometimes I think, am I getting above my station? Like, who do I think I am just creating bots? Because now I've got like five of them. I'm like, who do you think you are? But yeah, once I've done something a few times and I'm like, right, this is a thing now. It's becoming a pattern. So then
Yeah.
I'm like, right, I'll go and create it. Because once you've mastered that, and it is the way it lays it out. It takes all of your thoughts um and like the way you taught it is it to not always do that chat GPT thing where it goes, yeah, but what about this? And do you want me
Yeah.
to tweak it? And do you want me to, and do you want me, because that's a never ending thing, isn't it? You can keep tweaking things for life. But now I'm a bit more like, no, when I've built the bot, it's just giving me my answers because the work's been done behind the scenes, hasn't it? Which makes all the difference. So
Yeah.
that's a brilliant thing, I think. It does because I think sometimes when it throws those extra, but have you thought about this? And do you want to tighten it? And do you want to do that? That's when you kind of then start doubting yourself and you go down a rabbit hole and the time you were saving, you end up wasting because you're just chatting to it for the sake of chatting to it, aren't you?
Yeah. I actually told it off the other day. I went, why do you keep doing this at the end? Because it was one that it was just in a normal chat. It wasn't in a project. So I hadn't, you know,
Yeah.
prepped the whole behind the scenes thing. And I was like, why don't you just give me a 12 out of 10 answer instead of just like every time we do something, it's like, what about this? But I said, it's really annoying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Just
oh,
give me the good stuff in
great.
the first instance.
Yeah,
Like,
I just
yeah,
want to be in and out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, stop checking. Like, do you want to tighten it? And then when you go, yeah, go on then. They go, do you want to tighten it some more? And you're like, right, I'm bored of this game now. I haven't got time for that. So yeah, it is. Yeah, now it's been set up properly, and I didn't really appreciate. I think the value in paying for it, like paying for the paid version and then doing that work in the background. Because I've done it on one of my projects, because I've now got the folders built out for the clients that I work with on a regular basis. But then I've kind of uploaded like a mini master prompt in that for them. So it knows like this is who I'm talking about, this is what their values are, this is what's important to them. So it means that, and it's not always kicking back at me like me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I'm not working on my business here, I'm working on somebody else's. So that's really good as well. So yeah, my lists are so long now on my chat GPT. It is because I don't have a website or anything or a system as such, because I don't really need one intentionally. Um, so this is really good for me because I'm very much create something. It's all everything's in folders on my desktop, and it's very organized. But it kind of does that for me on there. I don't have to keep downloading things. It's just all in one place,
Yeah.
which makes it really handy because otherwise my little undiagnosed ADHD brain doesn't like it. One day I'll get that diagnosis.
Let's tell the listeners what your business does, just in a few sentences.
So my business is Four Rivers Retreat, and I'm basically a strategic business coach, which can mean I can do a little bit of everything or a lot of everything. But I guess my superpower is coming in from an uncertified kind of way. And I say that with pride. I haven't gone to college and learned how to be a business coach. I've gone and done it for myself. So from having businesses and creating my £1 million business that I've sold, it has given me everything I need to know about everything to do with business. Not much I haven't been there and bought the t-shirt for. So I think that gives me an edge when it comes to coaching, because I can have real conversations with real speak, not blurb and all the rest of it. And I just love, my whole vision and mission is just seeing more business owners thrive. And so, yeah, so my superpower is really understanding people, what they're trying to get to, and giving them really logical, strategic steps to get there that feel manageable. And I'm a doer as well, so I can just mentor somebody, I can just have a conversation, but I actually like getting stuff done. So yeah, you get a lot of value for money because I'm just nosy and I want to get in your business and improve it.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, you're very good at what you do as well. I've
I
been told.
try.
I've been told. Uh, so think about what your or where you were in your life before we started working together, before you did the
Yeah.
training. What was life like?
Um,
Because like
I'll
you
be
said, you're very
honest.
organized anyway. What?
Yeah, well, I am very organized, but because I'd gone from having that huge business with so many staff, and my job was different then because I employed 36 people. So my job was literally just sort of like people management and processes and things. So then selling it and then essentially start doing a new startup. Like any business, you're trying to get it up and running and what have you. And I knew I had the skills, I knew what I wanted to do, but because I was in startup mode, I was kind of reinventing the wheel because I was bored, because I wanted to hit the ground being really busy, and that's not how business works.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like creating things for the sake of creating them in one sense, but I was just, like I said, I'm a very organized person. So I had loads of folders with could do this for somebody, could do that, could do that, but wasn't really being too intentional about it, I think. So I was doing a lot of testing the water with a lot of power hours. I opened my networking group. I was trying to get in front of people. And I had it all there for the taking. I just wasn't, I guess, actioning it as I should have been. So I guess I was, for me, I was being a bit disorganized.
I couldn't imagine you being disorganized. Like I
My
see a
version.
system and a process person.
Yeah. My version of being disorganized, probably not everybody's. But yeah, because I'm like I want everything to be processed and slick before I even bring a customer on. So I was doing that, but yeah, because I think, I guess I went backwards in the sense of, like most people when they start a business, they're all by themselves. And I'd been doing my business for like 17 to 20 years before with a big team. So then to go back to just being me, I didn't have a soundboard, In my old
Right,
business, I had a Dawn and Dawn was amazing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, it's just me, and
right.
your family will listen to you until they glaze over slightly because they're not overly interested or don't really get that whole solopreneur thing.
Yeah.
So it's quite isolating. So yeah, that's where I was before. I was kind of building something quietly, but not it didn't I didn't have a team, so it was new territory for me.
And had you used ChatGPT at that point?
I had, but not the paid version. And
The free version.
I know.
It's a
Um,
lot better than it used to be.
didn't even really realize until I met you that that was a massive rookie mistake. But I guess that's why I'd only used it a little bit because I was obviously sensing it's a bit generic this, or it's loves them alliterations and the three words and those kind of things. So I guess it didn't feel like me, didn't feel like a tool that I was like, oh, this is amazing. I didn't get that feeling from it, but
Yeah.
I could see the power of it. And obviously, yeah, it over the last 12 months, I feel it's being talked about everywhere. So I was aware of it and I dipped my toe in, but didn't really feel very aligned to it.
And what were you using it for when you dipped your toe in?
Um, I suppose I was using it a bit more like a Google search engine sort of thing, like maybe asking it a question.
Right.
Um, Nothing like I'm using it for now. It would have been the most basic thing. Quick question here and there. I didn't realize its capabilities. Um, yeah, I guess, yeah, I didn't realize its capabilities. One, until I heard you speak, and then obviously the training then changed it all.
Okay, cool. And so what changed your mind? Why did you decide to say, well, to do the, never mind, say yes to the training, like to actually go up to want to do it?
Well, the honest answer is because once I realized, then it was like a no-brainer. It was like, why am I? One, it's the way of the world, and we're only going to go more and more and more into AI. So I won't say I need to get ahead because I knew I was already behind some people. Um, but when I realized even the tiny bit of realization of what it was capable of doing, I knew I could really utilize it in my business to
Yeah,
save me time and money. But it wasn't until I heard you speak at the networking group, or we had a little chat beforehand, and that's when I was like, oh, hang on a minute, this actually sounds doable
yeah,
because it was completely unknown to me. It's almost like there's that natural fear comes in, doesn't it? And you're a bit like, oh, I don't know if I've got time to learn that. Don't even know if I've got that in my armor to even be capable of doing that. And then when we chatted, I was like, okay, this sounds amazing. Then when you spoke at the networking and I then realized how you put it all together, I was like, right, this is a no-brainer. I've got to get this in my business. I've got to get this training done. Um, and yeah, I've never looked back since. It's like it's just there all the time. It's like my mate.
Um, was there anything that you were worried about before you started? Because I will say something because I remember on the training you were like, I am not techie.
Yeah, yeah. Capability, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not techie. I've never been techie. And I know you always say, well, I'm not techie. And then when you talk about coding, and so I'm like, no, but I'm not techie, not techie, like, really not. So yeah, I was a bit worried about that. And I think because being a natural entrepreneur, I'm a bit of a control freak. I don't like to look silly. So I was a bit worried that I was going to look a bit daft, like, because I wouldn't have known what I was talking about, which I guess is the whole point, right? That's why we come to people like you, because if we knew it, we wouldn't need you. It's a bit like people coming to me for coaching. If they knew it all, they wouldn't need me. So it was a bit of a silly thing, but I think that's just that fear. Because again, previous business, I knew everything there was to know about that business, and it was running like a well-oiled machine. So when you start dipping your toe into new things, I think that fear thing just comes in and be like, what if I don't get it? What if she thinks I'm stupid?
No, not at all. And it's like I hope I did say at some point there's no silly questions and like for
Yeah,
me,
you did.
um like the way that I learn, sometimes people need to tell me things 3 or 4 times before it actually registers. So,
Yeah.
I would hope that people would feel comfortable doing that. But can I just say something as well? You've built 5 GPTs. You've built one for a client. You are techie now, Faye.
Showing off now. But honestly, I think you definitely said that from the like ask as many questions. There is no daft question, so I already felt ease before we got into it. But yeah, I think when you explained like these modules and the fact, I think the appealing thing was because you've built it in a way that is manageable for you. I think that just makes it manageable for everybody because the hour to get done in that module in that hour and it actually kind of like goes in and you get it. That's like a really powerful tool for me because I wouldn't have thought you could have done that in an hour because of I was thinking it's techie, it's going to be complicated. If I might have to ask that question 10 times, not three times. And so, but to be able to actually do it in an hour and to be like, oh, right, okay, I've got it. Because even though I thought it'd take longer, I also thought I don't think I'll be able to like zone in on it for more than an hour as well because it's not my natural comfort zone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think, yeah, I think, in some ways you could maybe go, oh, we'll just do like a full day. And I'd just be like, whoa, like, I couldn't handle that. So I love the way that you just broke
Either.
it up and made it, yeah,
Like, God,
clear.
no. That's like my idea of hell.
Yeah. So it worked really well. It was like short, sharp, clear. And the fact that you recorded everything and then the way that you backed it up with your the sheets after it and what have you. So you've got all those steps just in clear because I'm again, like my undiagnosed ADHD, it's like sometimes I'll watch something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I can hear it, so I get it. And sometimes I need to just not need to see it.
Yeah.
So you came at it in both ways, so it worked really well for me. I felt like I could absorb it. And you now know I'm like a bit of a goody two shoes. Like I want to be like teacher's pet, so I don't want to be bad at anything. I'm like, I've got to learn. It worked really well for me because it meant I could like, try and be your best student.
Oh, God, you were. So, what would you say feels different for you now?
Um, I'd say a couple of things. So I think capability wise, that feels different because now, although I'd still say I'm not techie, but now I'm like, oh, like I can do this. So that's a real place of comfort for me. It's kind of added an extra string to my bow because, like you said, I've created one for a client as well who employs people, and we were really wanting to get down to what the business values were. Did they align with the staff? So I could create that, which meant my client was really happy and got a lot of value out of it. Um, but it means that I can be kind of educating the ladies that I'm coaching as well and introducing them to it, and pointing them in your direction if it's a beyond my remit. But just being able to confidently have the conversation in how it can help them.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm steering people away from that free version because the difference between the free version and the paid, and then the paid with your training was such a vast difference that when anybody tells me if I'm working with them, and I can see it, when they're emailing me, and I know it's coming, they've spoken to the free version, and I'm getting that more of a generic response. So I'm urging people not to do that, um, and to go and at least get the paid version because I don't want if they're doing that to me as their business coach, I don't want them to do that to their customers and their customers know it and it's making mistakes. So I feel more educated now into steering people in the right direction as well.
Good. And I remember that I think you had a couple of aha moments during the training sessions. Uh, what about you? When would you say you realized something had shifted?
Um, I think module 2. Um, and I think the way you went about things when I'm like, I was almost like, oh, I think, have I done that? I've done it, kind of thing. Even though you were holding my hand, like, I've done it. So yeah, so it's definitely like, I am capable of this. I can do it. W was definitely an amazing moment for me. Um, and like I said, because I always want to be like the good student, it was like the call had finished, and I'd be like, right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep, practicing and what have you. Um, so yeah, I think there were definitely a couple of those, and just realizing that it can actually not just be a sounding board, but it is a little bit like talking to myself now because of all that work that's gone behind the scenes in it.
Yeah,
That's like it's sort of it's like talking to yourself sort of thing, like but without sounding like you're going crackers. And it coming back and it kind of like my accountability buddy in a way, because it's been so well trained behind that I'm yeah, definitely saves me massive amount of time.
yeah.
Massive amount.
I mean, I think for me, you talked before about being a solopreneur and, you know, maybe your family will let you talk about it for so long and then they glaze over. But for me, being able to get the chat GPT to put different hats on, like, your finance officer or your marketing officer or I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever it is, and to take that one piece of work that you're working on and then make and look at it from different aspects. Like
Yeah.
there is, I mean, me as a solopreneur, I couldn't afford all that team.
Yes. Yeah. 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 So again, going back and creating this coaching business as a new startup, it's fun because I can't just pick up my phone and be like, "Oh, Dawn, can you?" And you go, "Oh no, I haven't got Dawn anymore."
Yeah,
Um, so to be able to use ChatGPT and for it to be your sounding board, but in a way that you actually know because you've trained it, it's right. Um, it does mean that your husband doesn't glaze over as often anymore when you're trying to talk to him as well, because he's not actually that interested. But yeah, it's given me and sometimes I think what is amazing about it is it'll even bring things up where I haven't even got there yet. It's kind of got ahead of me a little bit, or it's bringing into question like that's good and it's in alignment with you, but have you thought about this sort of thing? So it can strong arm and things. And when you're working by yourself all the time, that's really, really difficult to. It means you procrastinate a lot. You don't get anything done. Whereas I'm a doer, so it just it complements me. I want to move fast. I want to get back to people super quick.
yeah,
So to be able to do that and the way it lays it out is like a godsend. It saves me hours and hours because it lays it out how I would expect it to be laid out. Now it's been trained.
yeah. Good. And I'm going to ask you this. How do you see AI changing your business going forwards? And then I'm going to ask you another question after that. It's going to lead into it.
Oh, going forward, it's going to mean that I can well, always save me time and money. So that can only get better as I go on. And what the next step for me and how it's going to make my business better is um, more bots, but really specific ones. So my mentorship starts a week on Thursday, and I want to introduce some bots into there so that some of my coaching clients can actually feel like they've got me on their dashboard. So
Brilliant.
they can kind of ask me questions without them actually having to come to me and ask questions. So that I feel like that's going to be the next game changer for me, that people can feel like they've actually got me in their pocket on the desktop kind of thing. Um, yeah. Go on, what's the next question?
So I think that maybe your next step could be learning non-techie automations.
Yes.
I think we should automate some parts of your business.
Yes. It's definitely something that I haven't got at the minute, any kind of automation. So everything still comes back to me, which if I'm coaching people, I would always air them away from that because you're going to hit a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely the next step because um I'm very, very process driven, as you know, very strategy, very process. But because I've got my processes nailed in such a way, it almost makes it a little bit like I can push that GPT automation kind of thing a little bit further away, but that's a bit of a silly thing to do because it means I can, I'm not going to hit my glass ceiling. So yeah,
I
correct.
actually think for you, learn automations will be easy for you because you are process driven. You can already see the workflows, and that's all it is, a workflow. You
Yes.
can get the
Yeah.
AI to do it for you. I
Yeah.
think you will find that really easy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sold. Next step.
If someone is listening who feels behind with AI, what would you say to her?
I would say you're not behind, but the time is now. And I'd say the only thing that's stopping you is fear. Because I think pretty much everybody they they don't know where to start, maybe. And I think I'd say reach out, like make a start now because it changes all the time, doesn't it? That world. I mean, I just rely really on your LinkedIn updates and things that you do the research and the figuring it out, and we'll all benefit from it. Because it's a world like it's just a complete different world, isn't it? So yeah, so I'm very grateful for you, Penelope.
Oh, thanks.
Um,
I'm grateful for you
but
too.
yeah, but yeah, I would say definitely push the fear to one side and open the conversation and get cracking because it's easier than you think. It's more manageable. Because I banged on about it from the minute you told me how much all these modules were, and I was like, "Get me booked in and then put your prices up," because
I
I,
actually have
oh yeah,
done it.
yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going to be cursing me now, aren't they? But yeah, it's because I think people are scared of opening that conversation because it feels so unknown. They also think it's going to cost like tens of thousands. And like I said, the way you put it into those bite-sized chunks and you make it so that a small business can digest not just the information but the costs as well.
Yeah.
And that for me is just a game changer. You've definitely helped me strengthen my business in a really like unbelievably cost-effective way, but you've made that glass ceiling raise.
Yeah. Thank you. I had a student the other day that said they were like, oh my God, this is after just module one. And they were like, I've been using ChatGPT for 2 years and I didn't know it could do any of this.
Oh,
And they were like, I
yeah,
feel really silly. And I was like, well, I don't want you
yeah,
to feel like that. I just
no,
want
no,
you to learn how to set it up properly so that you can get a better experience from it.
yeah. And I say this across the board with everything. You only know what you know. And no business owner, or not even a business owner, I've recommended people to you that they've got corporate jobs, but they're
Yeah.
leaning into it. And again, it's capable of so much more than you realize. Um, and I just think nobody's meant to do all of this stuff. Like we can't, it's like jack of all trades, master of none, and you're not meant to be like that. And that's, so people they could go and try and learn it themselves, but it'll take like longer. They'll make mistakes. They won't realize things. So yeah, get the training. Like yeah, get that investment in. Yeah, honestly, I will honestly say now in the last 12 months, best investment I've made in my business working with you, hands
Oh,
down.
thank you.
Oh, promise
Faye.
you. Yes.
Okay, so just three more things. One is before Elevate, I was, and now I'm fill in the blanks.
Before I was uh, uneducated, and now I am a bit more tech savvy.
Here we are. And then last two questions. Where is your jumper from? I absolutely love it.
Oh,
Oh my God, it is gorgeous.
thank you. God, you just literally, I've just done all that good work for you there, and you've just sold me down the stream with this. It's a good old F&F from Tesco's.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Wow,
about
it's gorgeous.
£15, I think. It's got big baggy sleeves, and yeah, but it's so cozy and warm.
It looks
But
it.
yeah, it's a good old F&F. But yeah, I'd love to have said, oh, it's like Hobbs or something.
Well, it looks it, let me tell you. It's the way
Thanks.
you wear it.
Oh,
And then finally, what is in your mug?
oh,
What you drinking?
cup of tea as always.
Tea. All right, I'm drinking
Yeah.
rose tea today. Normally it's coffee, but yeah, I'm on the rose.
No, I'm on a cup of tea, and I've got my old magnetic color pairing because I'm all about my colors now. Now I'm a red
Yeah.
girl.
It suits you. It really does.
Never wore it before, and now I've got like red photo frames on my wall. I've got little bits everywhere. Keeps me going. It's getting stuff done, this red.
And just finally, because you mentioned it before, tell us about your, what did you say it was? Not a mastermind.
Oh, the mentorship.
Mentorship. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, the mentorship is an online program for ladies in business who are sort of ready to thrive and educate themselves, because most business owners have got a passion for something and they think I'm gonna go self-employed. I'm gonna turn my passion into my profit. And then they realize it's not quite as easy as that. And some people maybe get it's a bit easier than they thought, but then they hit a brick wall, they grow a bit too quickly, and other people are just struggling to grow. So my mentorship is an online program, and I do all the work, which is winner for everybody. So every month we jump online and do a group call. So I will take everybody through what I think are these key foundations, from my 20 years experience. Um, and we do a monthly online call, but every week I will be sort of holding you up and doing work in the background, so that every week you will get something tangible off me, whether it be a couple of minute video where I'm giving you some tips and tricks. It might be a PDF that you get from me. It might be a new tool that I create. But you have to turn up once a month, but I work every week on it. And yeah, so it's a group. It's online, so we're going to build a little community around it. And it was £99 a month, but when the sun came out last week and I got all giddy and was like, yay! I put an offer out and said, for the first 5 ladies that get in touch with me, I'll do it for £49 a month, every
I
month for the
didn't see
12 months.
that.
Do you miss it? It's all
Oh,
right. I've extended it. I've just gone, no, do you know
okay.
what? Right, I'll get you signed up. Yeah, so it's £49 a month every month forever now, because um my mission and my vision are just for more people to thrive in business. So we're going to start with literally the foundations of mission, vision, values. But I'm taking 6 themes over 12 months, because I don't think that I could teach it in 6 weeks, but it's not sustainable. I want it to be sustainable. I want you to actually build a stronger business off the back of it. So there'll be guest speakers. And like I say, there'll be tools and various bits from me. So yes, I'm super excited for it. We start week on Thursday.
And do you know what I love? You absolutely light up when you start talking about it.
Oh yeah.
That's like your sole purpose. I can see it.
Yeah.
And it will,
Honestly, I'm just
it will
doing it for
thrive.
myself really, because it just fills me up. But yeah, when anybody's like, all I need is a text message. It goes back to that goody two shoes. Somebody just text me and say thanks, that was good. And I'm like, let me give you more. Let me give you more.
You feel like
Um,
ChatGPT, just one more thing.
I am, yeah, yeah. Should we strengthen that? Should we do that a bit more? But yeah, that is what I'm like. And look, I'm in a fortunate position. I worked bloody hard to build my previous business up to £1 million business, and I was very fortunate to be able to sell it. So this is my pay it forward.
I love
So that's what I'm here for.
And have you got a freebie or anything that people can sign up for?
There is going to be a freebie. I'm just working on something new that's going to help people either with their wait list. I might put it out there to see what people want. Somebody that wants help with a wait list so they can test the market first, or something about the client journey, because I'm always going on about how you should have your client journeys, your touch points, your page, your potential, and your preserve. And most people, again, haven't got anything like that in their business, and they're leaving money on the table. So yeah, I'm working on something free that I can put out there, but my knowledge is free for a lot of people. So if anybody's stuck in anything, drop me a DM and I'll help you, because I can't help myself.
Love that. And where can people find you?
You can find me as Faye Roddy on LinkedIn, Four Rivers Retreat on Instagram and Facebook, or you can DM me, and anybody's welcome to my WhatsApp if they want to pick my brains.
Oh, thank you. And thanks so
Thank
much for your
you.
time and being a star pupil.
I can't help myself. I don't like being in trouble. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on. It's been fab.
My pleasure. Thanks,
All
Faye.
right, see you soon.
How